long before airplanes or the internet. The world was connected by one legendary route, the Silk Road. This wasn't just a road, it was the original World Wide Web, a network of pathways that linked continents and cultures in a way the world had never seen before. Imagine an ancient map with lines stretching from the heart of China, across treacherous deserts and towering mountains, all the way to the bustling markets of Europe. This was the lifeline of the ancient world. So, what exactly was the Silk Road? It's a bit of a misnomer, because it wasn't a single paved highway. Instead, it was a vast and complex network of trade routes, spanning over 6,000 kilometers. These paths weren't just for merchants. They were arteries of civilization, linking the great empires of China, India, Persia, Arabia, and eventually the Roman Empire. Think of it as a sprawling system of interconnected trails where every journey was an epic adventure. And why was it called the Silk Road? The name gives away the star of the show, silk. To the ancient world, Chinese silk was a marvel. It was incredibly light, surprisingly strong, and shimmered with a beauty that captivated everyone who saw it. In Rome, this luxurious fabric was literally worth more than its weight in gold. It was the ultimate status symbol, a treasure so valuable that China guarded the secret of its creation for centuries. Imagine Roman nobles, draped in fine garments that had traveled thousands of miles just to reach them. But the caravans that trudged along these routes carried much more than just silk. They were mobile marketplaces, transporting spices from India, glass from Rome, and horses from the Central Asian steppes. More importantly, ideas, religions, and cultures traveled right alongside these goods. This is how Buddhism made its journey from India, spreading its teachings all the way to China and beyond. The scrolls and stories carried by monks and pilgrims were just as valuable as the jewels and textiles in the merchants' packs, forever changing the societies they touched. The Silk Road connected some of the most powerful civilizations in history. On one end, you had the mighty Han Dynasty of China, the source of silk. In the middle, the Persian and Parthian empires acted as powerful intermediaries. And at the western end, the Roman Empire was a hungry market for all the exotic goods from the east. These great powers didn't always get along, but their desire for trade kept the Silk Road thriving for over 1,000 years, creating a truly interconnected world. Of course, a journey along the Silk Road was anything but easy. It was an undertaking fraught with peril. Travelers had to endure the scorching heat of the Taklamakan Desert, known as the Sea of Death, and brave the freezing altitudes of the Pamir Mountains. Bandits often lurked in the shadows, waiting to ambush weary caravans. Yet, for those who made it, the rewards were immense. The sight of a caravan of camels resting under a blanket of stars in the vast, silent desert must have been a breathtaking reward in itself. Along this perilous network, vibrant cities blossomed like oases in the desert. Cities like Samarkand, Bukhara, and Kashgar became bustling international hubs. Their bazaars were legendary, filled with the sights, sounds, and smells of a dozen different lands. Here, a trader from Persia could haggle with a merchant from China, while a traveler from India shared stories with a nomad from the steppes. These cities were true melting pots, where art, knowledge, and traditions from across the world met and mingled. So what happened to this incredible network? By the 15th century, a new era of exploration had begun. European navigators discovered sea routes to Asia, which were often faster, cheaper, and safer than the long overland journey. As magnificent ships began to sail the oceans, the camel caravans of the Silk Road slowly faded into history. The great trade cities began to decline, and the once thriving routes fell quiet. But the legacy of the Silk Road is all around us. It didn't just move goods, it shaped our worlds. It influenced art, architecture, music, and even the food we eat today. The spices in your kitchen, the patterns on a carpet. The spread of technologies like papermaking and all of these can be traced back to the connections forged along this ancient network. The Silk Road permanently wove the cultures of the East and West together. And now, In the 21st century, the spirit of the Silk Road is being reborn. China, S-Belt, and Road Initiative is a massive infrastructure project aiming to revive these ancient trade corridors for a modern, globalized world. High-speed trains and cargo ships are the new caravans, creating a new Silk Road that once again connects Asia, Europe, and Africa. The Silk Road proved one timeless truth. The world has always been connected by curiosity, trade, and the unyielding power of human ambition. It's a story that continues to unfold even today. Thanks for joining us on this journey through history. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories about our amazing world. See you next time!